Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.
What's happening, everybody? How y'all doing? So check this out, right? I was thinking about something when I was in the gym, and sometimes, during your blessing season, that is the time to remain silent. When God is blessing you, sometimes that is the moment that you need to remain silent. And let me tell you why. The devil has ears too. And everybody around you aren't going to be happy for you being blessed. Now, there are people who will be happy for you, right? And those people are the people that you have to know is for you. But the problem is, sometimes in your blessing season, you can speak prematurely, right? And the meaning behind you speaking prematurely is always grounded in negativity. And let me explain to you what I'm talking about. Let's just say that you get a new job or you get a new, promotion, whatever the case may be, right? And you have had beef with a certain group of people, right? So the first thing that you do is you run to social media and you say, oh, God has blessed me with a promotion, this, that, and the other, right? But what you're really trying to do is you trying to high side on the people that you have beef with. See, it's not the fact that God is blessing you and you're giving all the praise to God. No, what you're trying to do is stunt on the people that you have beef with. So your profession is rooted in negativity. See, that's why when certain people come on social media and they talk about, how good God is to them and this, that, and the other, right? And then 2 days later, they talking about how down in the dumps they are and blah, 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 blah. They ain't got nobody. And then the day after that, they saying, oh man, God is blessing me, this, that, and the other. He don't play about me. Then 2 days. See, that is rooted in something totally different away from God. And see, a lot of people care so much about what the next person thinks. I used to be like that. I come on here, make videos, whatever, wrote a book, did all of this other stuff, right? And I cared what people thought about it. But what I started to learn was that I was so focused on people that no matter what I did, they're not going to clap. No matter what I do, they're not going to say, hey, you did good, right? And I was focused on that. So every time God did something in my life, I would just, hey, look, this, that, and other. But it was rooted not from a good place. It was rooted to stunt on everybody who said I couldn't, or people who just was talking bad about me behind my back and I knew it. So I would come on and say, oh yeah, God did this. It was rooted in negativity. And when you do that, God ain't gonna keep on blessing you. Now, the other side of that, I say this all the time, the devil is in the blessing business too. And see, the difference between God blessing you and the devil blessing you is the devil is of the world. So whatever you obtain, the world can take it away. But when God blesses you, this world can't do nothing against it. See, I used to say that God placed me in positions that I should not have been in. Like, he placed me in rooms that I didn't meet the qualifications on paper. But I stopped saying that because God don't make no mistakes. He don't make no mistakes, right? And the thing, and what we have to realize is we know words have power, right? But when you look at yourself and you limit yourself with your self-talk, you can't blame any other situation on why you're not excelling, right? Because your self-talk is messed up. If we all are made in that likeness of God, right? When I enter in a room, I stop telling myself, you know what, God is placing me in here and I shouldn't even be in here. No, I walk into these rooms not knowing I should be here. It doesn't matter what you think. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter if you think I should be in this room. I know that I'm walking because God told me to go. And a lot of people live for instant gratification, right? That's why so many people start off and they got all these dreams and aspirations, and all it takes is one person to ruin it. One person. You can go tell a person like, hey, I came up with this great idea. You know, I'm going to get my own business. I'm going to start small and this, that, and the other, right? And blah, 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 and this, that, and the other. And then that one person says, it ain't going to work. You know, we just coming out of a shutdown and stuff and blah, 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 and this, that, and the other, right? And that one person can derail everything. That's because you didn't believe in it from the jump. I remember when I wrote my book, right? And when I started writing it, I just merely wanted to accomplish something that my grandmother told me about a long time ago. And when I was younger, she used to tell me, you know, how she loved to write. I mean, she loved to write. I got all of her writings, right? And I remember her telling me that she wanted to do a book before, right? And it just stuck with me. So during the pandemic, everybody had ample time, and I wrote a book. And I remember when I wrote that book, it's an ebook, right? You can get it on Amazon. It's an ebook. But when I wrote the book, I didn't even tell her. I didn't say anything to her about it, right? Right? Because I felt complete because I did it. And one day she called me and she said, hey, Lil Rodney, you know, somebody told me that you had wrote a book. So I told her, I said, yeah, you know, I downplayed it, right? Because I said, yeah, I wrote a book, whatever. And she was so happy, right? She was so happy because that was one of her dreams. And I did it. And while I was doing it, I didn't say nothing to nobody. I didn't say nothing. I just did it because I felt like God put that in my spirit. And if I would have said something about it, I know that people would have been like, what? Ain't nobody reading no more, this, that, and the other, blah, 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 this, that, and the other. So the message of this video is, when you are in your blessing season, you gotta watch who you talk to. You gotta watch. Because if you're not careful, people who don't believe how you believe, they will try to derail it before it even sprouts up from the ground. They will try to tell you how it's not going to work before it sprouts up from the ground. And a lot of times, some people don't do it from a negative place. They do it because of how they view themselves. You see, if you don't hold yourself up in the highest standards, anybody else who is, you look at them as thinking they all that. Oh, they think they all that. They think they know everything. That has more to say about how you view yourself. And there's people out there, especially in this social media, there's people out there that put on this persona. They put on this costume that everything is all right and they got everything going. But once they get down with them little Twitter fingers and this, that, and other, once they put that stuff down, they go back and they sit and cry. Because for them, it looks better for that costume, for them to show the people. So when you come around and you like, hey, man, listen, man, God is doing so much for me. They look at that and they say, he can't be. Why you? And then that's when that negative talk comes. I lost both my grandparents, right? And in that loss, I gained so much. I gained so much. I miss them every single moment that I breathe. But in their death, I learned who I really was as a person. I still have my moments that I cry. I'm trying not to cry now. I still have those moments, right? But even in those moments, I think and I thank God. I thank God that I was able to take every lesson from them and apply it to my life now. And a lot of people, I'm not even going to say a lot of people because that's giving the devil too much credit. Certain people look at me and they say, why him? Certain people look at you and say, why you? That's because God has chosen you. And the problem is, God has chosen us all to do certain things that need to be birthed into this world. All you got to do is find out what that thing is, trust and believe and have faith and walk in it.
Hey, let's talk about it, cause honestly we need to talk about social issues, just uplifting my people. Yeah, let's talk about it. Come join the conversation. A connection's what we're creating. Yeah.